That's what they're telling us. Oh, now it's a few cats around here, man, that was rocking with me tough. They didn't care if I was here or here. They was like, you hot. You hot. It's a few cats. Shouts to I ain't seen him in a long time, man. Shouts to my man P Batters. I ain't seen P Batters in a long time. He was one of the ones, we never got a chance to work together, but P Batters was one of those ones that was like, man, I rock with your stuff, bro. You know what I mean? He didn't really care about who I had produced for or not, or did I whatever. Was I doing like the current sound at the time, which the current mainstream sound at the time was crunk. It was the crunk era. Mm-hmm. Right. Say what's that, guys? It was crunk. Like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys was running things outside of your Pharrell singles that was on the radio, and of course Rockefeller were doing their thing. But as far as this sound being on a mainstream level, the closest thing we got to that was the Blueprint. The Blueprint was like the album. It started with like Dynasty. But then we'll have a record like seep into the mainstream, like Miss Fat Booty or The Blast. But as far as a total project, like samples, like that, it was Justin Kanye on that level. It was Justin Kanye that was sampling and like putting it out in the mainstream. Alas, on the underground scene, it was high tech. Like, listen, so much is to be said about Dilla at that time, because this is 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. And Dilla had done Fantastic Volume 2. He was in the Soulquarians. And the original Soulquarians, by the way, is 4 people. But he had done stuff on Voodoo. He had done stuff on Mama's Gun. He basically did all of Like Water for Chocolate. But still, his biggest record at that time was Didn't You Know? And The Light by Common. Like, when I mean big, like, your layman who don't know who Dilla is, and nor do they care, that was a record that everybody knew. Right? This nigga high tech. You want to talk about, and it's not enough to be said about who was the producer, the new sampling producer that was killing everybody from 1997, 98 to 2001. High tech was hanging us all. I wasn't even making beats until 98, 99. Tech. Oh my God. Like, he did majority of all of Most Def and Quality of Black Star. He did all of Reflection Eternal, Train of Thought. All of them joints on Sound Bomb in 1 and 2. Then he put his album out and had the Janelle joint Round and Round, which a lot of women that love that song don't even know that high tech exists. They don't even know Janelle's Round and Round. Know that this dude from Cincinnati. They don't know that the second dude rapping on The Blast and Janelle's Round and Round, that dude produced Janelle's Round and Round. I remember when it all started. Magazine when they don't know that dude that had his hat on backwards sitting beside Kweli that knows that he did Janelle's Round and Round. They have no clue of that, which is crazy. But everybody don't read credits. And producers with no face, that's not really something you keep up with. The producers at the time with face was Dre, Pharrell, and Timbaland. This is what it is. So high tech with that sound, I heard the Sun God for the first time, and that just scared me so bad. It scared me so bad. No, it's not right. Like, he put his album out, and it scared the bejesus out of everybody. Right. Yeah, that's when it really gets stupid. When they do that, bro. So shouts to my brother High Tech, man. That was the dude that everybody was chasing. Listen, what you don't understand is, all right then. Yeah, all right then. All right, that's cool. So, what you don't understand is that and Round and Round was the same album. Mm-hmm. So when I was in school, all the girls was listening to Round and Round. They didn't even know that's the dude that did 1999 that we were tripping over. They didn't even know that. They ain't even know that. That's the same. So it was a time where it was a lot of producers at that time making records that was so dope that us as like producer crazy kids was listening to, that your average fan was like, yeah, I don't know who that is. Who is that? But listening to John L's Round and Round, like they had no idea that same person. But let me tell you this. When this nigga Tech put this out, bro.
Yo, just relax. Take it easy. Slow down. I had this friend of mine. Just, he was moving too fast, you know what I'm saying? Nah. I told him to slow down. He said, the sun's on chill. I said, still, you gotta.
And at the end of that video, he's standing in the turntables and Pharoah Monch, everybody standing around him. And at that time, I was like, I want to be with them niggas so bad. Real bad. Oh, real bad. I'm trying to hang with them. Like, it's like, real bad. Oh, God. It was crazy. So that, hey, look here, man. And even after, like, Dilla becomes a thing, like, he becomes we still call him JD. Even in the midst of all that, Tech puts this out. And then introduce this singer named Dion.
Got to live for today, cause tomorrow ain't promised to me. Don't just want a piece, I want my own destiny. If you got it, I'm gonna take it. If you're in it, you're coming with me. Bitch, woman, get no playing time, no sleeping till I cross the line. I'm running with 99.
Oh, that was on Games album. So that dude Tech was one of those like, me, Mad Lib, if Dilla was still alive.
Dilla was he was on his way out when that dropped though.
Right.
He was already sick.
He was already sick by that time. Mm-hmm. But Dilla put out Welcome to Detroit around 2002. Mm-hmm. And Pete put out Peace Instrumentals around 2000, 2001. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, that particular time of music, that sound of, like, the type of drums we use, the type of samples, the chopping samples like that, it wasn't anybody from the new class other than Tech that was in everybody's face. Preem was already established. Pete Rock was already established. All the early 90s producers already established. Tech was the one that went that way. And he was like the blast. You know, and then there was another producer too by the name of Ayatollah that did Miss Fat Booty. And he did the joint that was on the And One mixtape, My Life Is All I Had. He did that joint. So them was the ones that was like, while Dilla was doing Fantastic Volume 2, while Madlib was in a group called Loop Pack, and I was just trying to figure it out, myself and Crisis. I was trying to figure it out. So getting on this Jay-Z album was it, bro. Like, that was it. Like, it. And I played beats on Saturday, September 20th, 2003. Like I said, we just joined this, which is 20 years ago today. The next night, I went to Marlon Marl's house, who we don't, as beats as we know it, putting beats in a beat machine and chopping it up and move stuff around, we don't do any of that without Marlon Marl. Like, I still say Marley Marl is responsible for one of the greatest rap albums of all time, and that's Mama Said Knock You Out. He did Round the Way Girl, bro. Let's talk about this for a second. Marley Marl did that long. Marley Marl did Round the Way Girl. This is, and Boomer Sister. He did boom, like, cats don't talk about that either. Like, of course, you know, Cold Chillin', the Juice Crew and all of that, but that was 87, 88, 89, 86, 87, 88, 89. 90, sound started to change, and he did Mom Said Knock You Out. And then he came back with Lords of the Underground. Marley Marl was to do Around the Way Girl and then do Chief Rocker is crazy. Like, and that's 3 years apart. So all of them were established already. This is the late 90s. This is depending on what side you on. It's the dark ages for a lot of us. So High Tech was the guy, but for the next class to come along, me, Madlib, The Alchemist, who was doing records early too, to make an album with that sound, doing what we do, and make a big album, that was landmark, because now we got that sound in the space again. Like the singles at the time, like Alchemist at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Of course, everybody knows Alchemist did We Gonna Make It, right? We Gonna Make It is like the pinnacle.
That's a top.
That's the We Gonna Make It is a pinnacle. But let me tell you something, home. When I heard this,
Yo, some people got good friends and not up.
and what made me mad, he let the beat run at the end.
My peoples come first. Words come the words. Words come the words. My peoples come first. My peoples come first.
And then Jaheim came with it. You gotta put your woman first. I was mad. I was like, when that joint came on the radio, I was like, word Jaheim.
Right.
You gotta put your woman first. That's what we doing? Jaheim, cuz?
Petty tender grass.
Yeah.
We gonna do that, Jaheim? Boy, I was mad. Woo! But that was that time. So when Just and Kanye came along, which Kanye would tell you, like, he was an understudy of Preem, Pete, especially Dilla, like, was understudy, like, of that. And contrary to popular opinion, I was an understudy of Pete and Preem more than anybody else. Like, that's my thing. But Just and Kanye, man, I remember, man, they had that article in XXL. I think Kanye was sitting in the car and Just was standing outside the car and he had the chains on. And it was like talking about sampling records again. Because they were both under the beat management company called Rock the World. And they was just talking about the new sound, like after the Blueprint, which came out on September 11, 2001. After that album, dropped, everybody who was like making beats with no samples, because of what Swizz Beats had started, with Swizz. And when I say started, some people say, oh, I know niggas that was doing before that. That ain't what I'm saying. The person that was making hits off of making beats with no samples, Swizz Beats. Like, and that went from there to Beats by the Pound to Manny Fresh, right? But to be sampling records now, you got to think from 97, I didn't say that, but just all the late 90s, if you listen to Dilla or Madlib or people, we all going to the record store. Everybody else was like, that's where the Korg Triton joke come from. Everybody's on the Korg Triton keyboard. And so we were like, I don't mess with that. When Kanye just became prominent for being on super mainstream with You Don't Know and Girls, Girls, Girls and all of that, niggas started running to the record store again. Like, it was an influx of the record store. Like, and really not understanding samples like that, really not understanding how to chop per se, or they just taking records and like, quote unquote, speeding them joints up, like
Chipmunk, yeah.
the Chipmunk soul, right?
Yeah.
They was doing that. So any record, just because of what Justin Kanye was doing, any record, they was any record. And they put drums behind, all because of what Justin Kanye was doing. 100%, like, that's what Cass was doing at that time. So, for me to, come on this album and do that, well, like I was saying, before that, the night after I played these for Jay, September 21st, I went to Marley Marl's crib and I was on the album, I was on his show, and I did he had a show called Future Flavors. And I did Future Flavors that night. And didn't know, here you go right here. So this is at the end of Future Flavors. This is when I'm done mixing, like DJing. He had some CDJs, and I was just playing records. And that's the show. I'm playing
Future flavors.
So I walks in Marley Marl. I'm meeting Marley Marl for the first time that weekend. And I walk in, he like, Knight, what's up, man? Blah, blah. You want to get on? Like, I had my CDs with me. He's like, what do you even play? He say, play whatever. And
Future
when I
flavors.
hear that, go.
That's what I'm talking about.
To a place we all been. You either love it or you hate it. Like welcome y'all to the heart of the city, where the people cold and they show no pity.
And I played straight Justice League all night long. Like all I played, Justice League, everything. So, and at that time, our crew was called the Just Us League. Before somebody said that's Rook and them. No, our crew at the time was called JUSTUS. Okay, so let's not get that confused. Okay, all right. So this is the end of the show. And I played that beat. That beat's not even on the Minstrel show yet. I made that already.
Future flavor.
That's right, y'all. It's a special invasion for your ass. Ninth Wonder in the house. You know how the fuck we do, baby. Wow. Just went through the repertoire tonight. A lot of joints, man. You got a lot of joints under your belt already, man.
Yeah, he's putting them on. He's putting it on them.
For real, man. You got a lot of joints really under your belt already. And, you know, a lot of more joints to come, I'm sure. Just let you know that Ninth Wonder is up in here. For this Future Flavor Invasion. Could you remember some of the joints that you played?
Man, the last joint I ran was from my man Fonte's solo project called Foreign Exchange, doing it with a cat from the Netherlands named Nicolay. That was 20 years ago. A cat from the Netherlands named Nicolay. That was 20 years ago. So he asked me this right here. I mean, that's not what I am. The real, I went.
Yeah, producers know that feeling.
It's just. No doubt. I'm down right now because we split up our band.
What's you have any crew MC doing a Black album right now?
Man, that girl Latoya Williams, man, she's real dope. Down. So he asked me who I wanted to work with. I wouldn't mind working with her.
Oh, okay.
And I said, last but not least, I wouldn't mind working with Jay-Z.
That's big.
So,
Jay-Z, man. Doing a Black album right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anything's possible, man. He's reaching out to a lot of cats, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Anything's possible.
I just played beats the night before, and he asked me that, and I was like, I wouldn't mind working with Jay-Z. He said, that's big. You doing the Black album right now? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. He said, anything's possible, man. Yeah, anything's possible. Yeah. They had no idea I had been and played beats for Jay the night before. And
What was that at?
Huh?
What was that at?
Future Flavors 20 years ago tomorrow at Marley Marl's crib.
Nigga, you was at Marley's crib?
Yeah, Future Flavors was ran out the basement of Marley's house. That's where Future Flavors was ran from. So that's yeah. And that was that our second time? I'm lying. That was my second time going to Marley's house. The first time going to Marley's house, Pete Rock took us over there. That's the first time. And he was like, we're gonna go by Marley's crib. He was like, all right. He took me, Tay, Pooh, all of us went over to Marley Marl's house. This is December of 2002. So in Spring Valley, New York. So we went over there. But this is the second time, and now I played Future Flavors for like 58 minutes. A lot of joints. I don't even know where these beats at.
Future flavor.
Yeah. It was that right there. So it was a lot of joints, man. But anyway, that was the 20th. Marley Marl's the 21st. And then Jay, the making threat was September 22nd, which is Friday, which is the day you leave 20 years ago. So yeah, that's kind of like, that's big old, man. There's some heat up here.
So serious.
This is the underworld. This is the underworld. This is the underworld.
Future flavor.
Man, anything me, Crisis had, any Justice League, anything, I was playing everything. Me, he kept putting that Future Flavor, man, over it, man. Listen, yeah, man. So, yeah, that was 20 years, but 20 years ago. When I got on the Black Album, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like, there's some cats around there was happy, but there's some cats that was mad. Mad. Yes, sir.
I got it right. I still got that shit.
You got it?
Yeah.
What is that on?
It was on Rap City, the basement. Where he was with Tigger down there when the Black House was finna come out.
Yeah.
And he said,
Let me see it. Listen to this.
Just Blaze, Kanye West.
I'm gonna get there.
I'm gonna get there. Timberland, right? DJ Quick, as well as I always try to look for that new talent. You know what I'm saying? New producers, the Buchanans, right? Aqua. This kid named Ninth Wonder was gonna be serious.
Yo, we said that. You need to text me that link.
Yeah.
Hey, look here, that's going up. Hey, so look, he said that, and that was November. That was September, October, November. Contract signed, everything signed. Guru said, all right. Guru called me in like October and was like, "You're track 7. That's all he said when I got on the phone. I said, "What's up, man?" He said, "You're track 7. What? You're track 7. You're before Eminem, but after Timbaland. It goes Dirt Off His Shoulder, Threat, Moment of Clarity." I said, "Boy, you better get the hell on away from me, because," I said, "you must be out your mind. Are you out your mind?" Yeah. And so that was October. And so then Jay started to do these runs of interviews. He did one with Tigger. He did one with MTV News. And he did one with Torre. And every interview he did, he said the same thing. I always look for that new talent and new producers. The Buchanans, Aqua, and this kid named Ninth One, he's going to be serious. He said that shit. On every outlet he had it's like he was trying his best to because I say this all the time, I don't care what rapper you bring up. You bring any rapper, you can have your goats, you can have your favorites. What makes Jay-Z is he's the only rapper that makes producers famous. It's not the other way around. Most rappers become their rappers because of the tracks they end up on. Jay was the rapper that made producers famous. Look at all the producers he made. If he says Ninth Wonder or Just Blaze and the Blazers, Kanye West, your jeans, nigga. Timbo the King. No ID, let the track, let the story begin. Like, he's the only one that has ever made producers famous. Like, it ain't like Pete did Troy before he did The World Is Yours for Nas. So Pete was already, you know what I mean? Preem had Gangstar. So this, by the time Preem did New York State of Mind, we was already, he had did Come Clean and he was established. Jay, on the other hand, was like saying cats' names, and like, if he said your name on the track, you out of here. So he just kept saying my name in every interview, yo. It was stupid. And every time he said, I get a call, man, this nigga. Before the album came out, and for the kids in here, you would never understand the idea of not having music until it's time. Like,
Bomb, boy. That shit crazy, bro. I think my age group might have been the last ones that like had to get, like, I still remember albums having TV.
that's the last ones.
Yeah.
So Jay is talking about the Black Album on Rap City The Basement, and ain't nobody got it. It's not out. Nobody has it. There's not a leak. There's not a, oh, let me ride around in the car and listen to it. No, nobody has it. And then it ended up leaking like maybe a week before or something. And then the original release date for the Black Album was supposed to be Black Friday after Thanksgiving. They moved it up. They moved Beg for Mercy by G Unit back, and Beg for Mercy and Black Album came out on the same day, November 14th. I never seen, and you can't, it don't even make me mad no more. It used to, but I've never seen so many people shift their idea of what my beat sounded like after that. I was like, I've never seen, because then I started to understand, well, it's not necessarily the beat, it's the platform the beat is on what makes it hot. It's not the beat. We can go through here and pull up samples and be like, you hear what he did to that? And show you the genius of what fantastic beat making is. Nah, we can do that all day. I had a kid one time, and he asked me for some beats. This is after the Black Album and Girl. He asked me for some beats, and he said, and I was giving him beats. He's like, no, I don't want none of that underground. I want a beat like Girl. I'm thinking, you want a beat like Girl? Yeah, I need one of those. So you want a boom bap record with a sample in it? That's what you want? This is what I've been playing you. This is you want a boom tap, boom tap with a sample over it. That's what you want. And that's when I started understanding it's not even it's not the music. It's not the music. That's, I'm gonna say late 90s, early 2000s when it really became, it's not the music anymore. It's really where the music lives. And is the beat, that beat is hot. Like, hey, you just saying it's hot because it's on the radio, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't. You like the idea of where it is. You don't really like the beat. You like the idea. Where it is and who's rapping on it is why you say the beat is hot. The joint I gave 2 Chainz, I got 1 million of those. But the fact I gave that to Chainz, man, it's one of the hottest beats you ever did. Ever did? Wow, that's crazy. Ever did? Like, when did 2 Chainz album drop? 19? I had been in the game 16 years prior to that. That's the hottest beat I ever did in my whole career. And that's what I was like, man, That's when I started to understand the difference of people loving music and being fans. That's just two. And live where you live. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like knowing what knowing what we know about this game, I think it's safe to say that some of us might say, y'all remember that scene in The Matrix when your boy tasted that steak? He's like, I know this steak is not real, but ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I think living on the other side of this thing and knowing how actually, what they say? Some people don't eat pork anyway, but don't go to a sausage factory because you don't want to see how it's made. Just eat it.
Yeah.
Except hey, yo. That's why I said factory, fam. That's why I said factory. If I'd have left that off, then it would have been crazy. But just how, the pig and all of that, you don't understand, you don't want to see that process. And the part about it is you don't just enjoy loving music. You don't want to know the process. You might want to know the process how it's made, but you don't want to know the process of how it gets to y'all. Because that'll make you mad. It will make you upset how many times y'all have been hornswoggled into liking somebody. It is people right now making records, man, that I be like, bruh, I say to myself, ain't no way this gonna work. And it works. And it works because of the platform. So to have my sound on that platform it just took off. It's crazy. I still got to go to New York to see the Book of Hove. I haven't seen it yet because they have they recreated Baseline. So for me to go stand in that, no, it's crazy. It's the exact same. It's a replica, floors and everything of Baseline Studio.
I remember when we went up there?
Yeah.
So you know it was a Baseline back then? I'll never forget that. They recreated it?
They recreated Baseline. And so it's
Yeah.
everything. Osberg speaks everything. They remade it. So I gotta go up there. Because I was lucky enough to be one of the contributors to the Book of Hove. So, and I heard they got a new plaque up there that says Jay-Z, the Black Album, 4 million sold. So I need to update my shit. Please listen. Let me tell you, I've been on Jewel Box Platinum's neck for the last week. They owe me 4 plaques. They owe me. Chains, 5 chains. Khaled, Damn, To Pimp, and Malibu. Run all of them. And then, you said Chains went number 1. Rapper Go to the League went number 1. It did. So I need that. And Khaled went number 1. Huh? They went number 1 too? Yeah, I need that too. Did they go platinum? Let's check that out. Let's check out if Summer Walker went platinum. That's fantastic if that went platinum. So I need those. So I've been emailing them all week to really to up my ante up in here. But yeah, it's an amazing time, man.
It's gold.
Huh? It's gold. We'll take it. I mean, Luda hanging up here, gold. Luda hanging right there. Luda hanging up there, right there. Gold. So yeah, that's 20 years ago today, man, I played Beats for Jay, man. It's crazy. So that clip going up, that Amp just sent me, because they're going up today, because it's going up tonight. And he just kept saying it over and over and over, bro. He just kept saying it. I said, why is this dude continue just to say what he's saying out here? Like, why is he saying what he's saying? He just kept on saying it, man. I said, man. Say what?
He was not wrong.
Hey, bro. I didn't. Usually, when people get in the game, they do a record, and do a record, and do a record, do a record, and then maybe they 6th or 7th record. Then they do one for Jay. No. My first quote unquote mainstream industry record was a Jay-Z record.
Damn, they ain't got no platinum emoji.
Huh?
I thought they had a platinum emoji.
Yeah, I'm glad they don't. Because it was that, and then that came out November 14th. A rapper from LA by the name of Murs landed 2 weeks later in Raleigh. After Thanksgiving, and in 5 days we did an album called 316. And then it came out March 16, 2004. Then right after that, Gene Gray came down and we did Genius. And then Jay told Memphis Bleak that he said, man, you need to do, I meant to get at Bleak about this, man, when he came down here, when we was here for Labor Day, he ate, met my parents and we had Labor Day cookout. Jay told Bleak, you ought to let Knife do half your album. I did only 2 on there. Y'all let him do half your album, man. What? So I did 2 with Bleak, and then Destiny Child came after that. And that was, let me tell y'all something, man. Sitting at the crib watching that BET world premiere of The Girl, as a Sex in the City video. It's like it's out of body experience. I'm just looking at TV like, hey, that's my record. Like, that's playing. Like, this don't make no sense. And again, now the idea of, he used Fruity Loops is going out the window. Then it's, because there was a record exec, after I did the Jay-Z record, told somebody that, yeah, he hot, he dope, but he'll never do any hits. So then, they ended up doing Girl. Jennifer Capillari.
Last time you heard that name? When the last time you said that name?
Jennifer Capillari. Yeah, so it's like girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Which the crazy thing about Girl is, if I'm right there, see that plaque right there, the cash sitting under. That's the Destiny Child, Destiny Fulfilled plaque right there, like hanging on the wall there. See that there?
You do for a girl gold plaque.
Huh?
Just a girl
On the number one.
A girl gold plaque
Yeah.
off the number ones, yeah. Because I have 2.
No, I mean girl itself.
Girl itself. But, it's that one, Girl, and then Destiny Child put out their Destiny number ones album. I got a plaque for that. That went platinum too. That's, it's either hanging in my office at Duke or it's down at the museum in Kannapolis. But, that right there. So, for those who have seen or haven't seen plaques, it'll say presented to whatever, and then it said commemorate the RIA certified sales of more than, I think that's 3 million copies. And it'll say the tracks that you did. And so Girl, that was out of here. Girl was out of here. And to this day, it didn't start off as one of their most famous songs, but it's slowly becoming their most famous song. Like, for real. But my favorite out the bunch is She the Reason. Like that. That's the one, God. Peace to the God. That's the one. That's the one I say, woo! Boy, that joint.
Should be going dumb on TikTok.
And I saw Jay afterwards, and he said, "Man, that joint, you gave them She the Reason." And he said, like that. He said, when the beat go like that, he said, man. So Is She the Reason is my favorite that I've done for them. But yeah, that was 2005, man. That's when the FedEx come by your house or UPS come by your house. But when the DHL red and yellow truck pull up to your crib and bring a check to you, it's something different. And DHL cats don't pull up that often. The red and yellow DHL truck. Them it's a minute. They pull up outside like, what they doing? They gave me an envelope. I said, boy, that's crazy. So yeah, then it became, I'm on both sides of the fence now. Now I'm doing mainstream records, and now I'm doing underground records at the same time. So while Girl and Is She the Reason and Game Over was out, and then Mary J. Blige does a breakthrough, and then she gets on the American Music Awards or the Grammys or whatever and shout my name out on television. I was working on me and Buckshot's second one. Like, I was working on the formula. I was like, we was doing the formula, me and Buck. So I was more into the underground records I was doing, and then I'm like, I really was impressed to to get on a mainstream album, and then Good Woman Down came along. And you probably heard this story before. Good Woman Down came along because Jay was on tour, R. Kelly. Or as we like to call him, the man who shall not be named. Who actually, like I said before, is a smooth 45 minutes away from here in Butler Prison. Damn, he right up the road, Jack. Kale's right up the road. He right up the road. So,
No. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. What you say, man? What you say?
Performing.
Like, for real. So you right up the road. So, this is doing the Do a Cat Best of Both Worlds. Both world. He was on the Best of Both Worlds tour. He was on the Best of Both Worlds tour. It was crazy. Like, I don't know who could remember that tour, but they were doing arenas, and the whole stadium goes black. And on the big screen, there's like two buses, like they're on the big screen of videos, like two buses running from the cops. And then you're watching the big screen, and then it's this big boom, like, and everything goes black again, and then the heads of these two buses come out on stage. And then they get off the bus. Each one of them get off their quote-unquote tour bus. It was ill. And they did that tour. And that was crazy because that's when Jay-Z was doing PSA, was doing public service announcement. But before he did it, the whole stadium goes black. And they show these Black Hawk Down helicopters. And while the doom, doom, doom playing. So I'm like, all right. So I go to that show. But then show swings back around. Kales ain't on it no more. Mary J's on the tour. So it's a Mary J. Jay-Z tour. Wait, let me tell y'all something. If they do a Mary J. Jay-Z tour now, oh my God. You know how much it... What? So they did a tour. Same thing with the buses and everything. And Jay-Z they came to Raleigh. That's the night. That's the night me and Bleak went to the club downtown Raleigh. It's me, Bleak, Beans, Young Guns, all of us.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what the name of that club was downtown. This is 2006 or 7. And went to a club down. It was about 2006. It's a club downtown, and I had my Yukon Denali, and I parked behind the tour bus. I followed the tour bus to the club, and I parked behind the tour bus. And I had my flashes on, and Bleak got off the bus and said, "Park it right there, Knife, park it right there." So I parked behind the bus. And yo, Knife, you with us. So I'm walking in the club. It's a long line. I don't know what the name of that club was. It's on Davie Street. I have no idea. It might have been. Yeah. It had like a little ramp, yeah. So you know how that ramp had that line?
It's the only club that could have contained some shit like that at that time.
Right. We walked to, I'm probably the only person that ain't got a Rockefeller chain on. It's me and some goons. Come on, Knife, you with us. We walking to and I promise you, all them cats that had fronted on my beats and said I wasn't gonna make it and said that, you know, them little backpack beats ain't gonna work. Them niggas was in line, beats.
Watch you skip through that lane.
Watching me walk across the street with Rockefeller. I got two Jay-Z, I got a Jay-Z beat, 2 Memphis Bleak beats, and 3 Destiny Child beats in the bag. And I'm walking in the club with them. That's when, hey, yo, what up, Nine? Leaning out the line. Look. Look. I don't even say that. Just,
That's crazy.
but, so they came to PNC Arena. It was called, what was it called before that? The RBC Center. RBC. So there's an interview, I gotta go to K9745 see if they got it, that they did with Jay. And in the middle of the interview, they asked, so of course, you know, Jay, you've worked with a guy from here, one of our own, Knife. They're talking about We Love Knife. Mind you, they had never played a record by me on the radio at all at K97.5. But We Love Knife, though. So, he was like, yeah. He said, oh, yeah. I was just talking to Mary J about Knife Wonder last night. He said it on the radio. And so then 2 weeks later, that's when Geffen called me. It was like, yo, so Mary need beats from you. I said, boy, this Jay is off the chain. So thank you, Kales. For doing that what you did and getting in jail and doing that stuff. Because if you did that stuff, you got in trouble for it. Appreciate you.
Come on,
Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Jay for kicking him off tour, pretty much. That's what I meant to say. Kicking him off tour. But yeah, that's how that came about. Like, it came about like that. It was just record after record after record. And then that's when James Poyser called and was like, yo, Erykah Badu was doing this stuff for Starbucks. She need 4 beats. I sent 4 beats. She ended up calling me on the phone and say, yeah, I got these 3. And I'm on the phone. And this will be crazy. When cats like that call you, they think like you just talked to them yesterday.
Right.
They think. So my phone rings and it's Badu on the other line. Hey, so this other beat you gave me. Wait a minute. Me and you ain't never talked on the phone. Me and you ain't never met. That's how we starting it off. Hey, so this. No, that's what she said. Hey, this Erykah. So this first, and James told me she was gonna call. Shouts to James Poison, one of the original Soulquarian members. She's like, oh, this fourth beat you gave me. What you gonna do with that? I said, I gave the beats to you. Like, I thought you was doing something for Starbucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gave the beats to you. She's like, okay. And I ain't know if you was gonna do something with it. I said, what, you gonna do something with it? Like, she's like, yeah. I'm writing something right now. I said, okay. She said, I'll let you know when I got something. I'm like, all right. And so she ended up hitting me back. Like, my homie was getting married, and we was at his, my homie was getting married, we was at his, we just did finish rehearsal. We was all in the hotel room, me, him, my homeboy. And that's when AOL Instant Messenger was out. And you can start to like see people on Instant Messenger or whatever. And so she hit me. She said, you got your computer? I said, yeah. She said, I'm about to video chat. I'm like, all right. So she got on the video thing, and it was her and 3,000. And I was like, what's up, man? Like, he like, hey, man, what's up? I was like, what's up? It's my first time. He was talking to seeing this dude, like, he says, I got something. And she played me the first version of this.
So tell me, Slim, what you wanna do when you know I'm in love with you. Every time that I turn around, love for you, but you can't be found.
So she played that. I was like, man, what the hell? And she said, you have to come down because I need help writing the second and third verse. I was like, all right. I'm coming to Dallas? She said, yeah, come to Dallas. I was like, okay. So went to Dallas, and I remember being in Dallas, and S1 was talking to me about, man, you doing all these big records, blah, blah, blah. When you think that's ever going to happen for me? I said, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. It's going to happen for you. Now, I mean, S1, just pull up S1 discography because it happened for him. And then we end up going to Electric Ladyland in New York, me and Badu, and she played another version of the song, but it had that bass line on it.
So tell me, Slim, what you wanna do when you know I'm in love with you. Every time that I turn around, love for you, but you can't be found.
That bass line rolling. I said, who played the bass line on it? She's like, this new kid named Thundercat. He hot, Thundercat. And then that same night, she played me. She said, have you ever heard of this rapper from New Orleans named Jay Electronica? I said, nah. Who that? She played me a joint called Victory. It's the first time I ever heard Jay Electronica. Is this it?
You open up this door before I tear up this plane.
Respect our gangster.
I wanna thank you for being so blind. You didn't know that it was my time. They should have told you I am for the people. And on my shoulder, carrying the world. Say it's the victory is mine. Oh yeah.
I tumble like the dice do. Stay on the humble like Christ do. spit stanzas and shite haikus. Since I was a young tycoon, tried to moonwalk like Michael, I understood the universal cycles. Positive, negative, neutral. Impoverished kids on sedatives and never lived neutral. With reverends, presidents, movie stars, cinematographers, and producers. So standardized education in this current state is useful. I mean useless. Pardon the slippage. The dead will probably target the jargon is gibberish. Meanwhile, I'm off in the stars, warm with Iblis.
Yo, she played that for me. Boy, I said, boy, who that? Boy, she said, that's Jay Electronica. You're going to hear about him soon. Golly, yo. So, it went from that to, y'all know my man, y'all know him as Robert Carter. We know him as DJ Cousin B. He's the head producer of Tiny Desk, NPR's Tiny Desk. So all of the acts that come up there to do the Tiny Desk, that's because of my man Cousin B. So shouts to Cousin B. Cousin B went to Jackson State, and he used to street team for a group called Crooked Letters. The head rapper in Crooked Letters was a guy by the name of David Banner. See how this stuff come together? And Cousin B was one of the first people I played Threat for. Because I had a copy of the record back in 2003 and I played it for him. And what's crazy is Cousin B has a sound recording of us sitting in the car talking about it. It's crazy. But he hit me, he's like, yo, man, it's like 2009. He said, yo, man, David Banner want to get with you, man. He want to do some records with you. And I was like, for real? It's like, yeah. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man. We give you his number. So I called him. Again, we gets on the phone. Hello? What's up with you, bro? Hey, look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive up from Mississippi. I was like, what? He's like, when? Man, probably tonight. What? He drives up from Mississippi, man, in his car, man. He hangs up the phone and drives up to Mississippi in his car, and was in the studio with us over at Central. And we recorded started recording what you know as Death of a Pop Star, that whole album. And we did the Be With You joint with Marsha Ambrosius, which was on it was on Rap City. It was on 106 in Park.
I remember it.
For like a month. And we did that joint. Be With You, Be With You.
The joint with Luda?
The joint with Ludacris.
You in the video with the dashiki?
Yeah, looking stupid. I really did not want to be in that video. But Banner's relentless.
I got a story about this.
Let's do it. One for the money, yes sir. Two for the show. Three for all the ladies that's standing outside my door yelling, oh, is that Mr. David Banner? If I say yes, she wants me to beat her like I got Anna. Mosity, then walk to the bus with a pimp's velocity, then open up my hand and say, y'all all can come with me. I got a bar in the bus, we can discuss future plans. Me and you and all your friends, we can visit foreign lands like showers in Okinawa, barefoot in Thailand. Or we can shop up some biscuits and serve with bare hands. That's back in Mississippi, all you gotta do is close your eyes and come with me, girl.
I told her, I got the chips if you got the dip. She said when I dip that I better be equipping to keep my hand on her hips. I told her give me all you got until your giving is gone. She said her love's eternal and I won't be living that long. Well, I'm not immortal, but I swear I'm no wimp, cause I died twice and keep coming back as a pimp.
And what's crazy is Banner said his verse all the way through, Ludacris said his verse all the way through, but I put them like they just trading off. And me and Ludacris was cool. I skipped the Luda part, but me and Ludacris was cool because we ended up doing Do the Right Thing with Common on it. And I was playing beats for Luda, and he asked for what we now know as Think Good Thoughts by Drake. He wanted the Anita Baker flip. And we were in Toronto. He was shooting Max Payne. He was doing the movie Max Payne. This nigga Ludacris was, let me tell you, it's out of here. He was shooting Max Payne and doing Theater of the Mind at the same time. And I played him the Anita Baker joint. He was like, who got that joint? I said, this kid named Drake. He like, who that? I was like, he from here. It's 2007. He's like, he from here. 2008. He said, man, I ain't never heard that nigga. I said, you will? I said, trust me. He already on TV. He already on Degrassi, cuz. You'll hear about it. Trust, he on the way. 2009, so far gone. Over.
That fast.
That fast. So to see is one thing to be, you come in the game and you look up to who you look up to and you hear about their origin story. To see Cat's origin story is to watch his origin story, to watch Kendrick's origin story, to watch Meek Mill's origin story, Big Crit's origin story, Mac Miller's origin story, Nipsey's origin story, Big Sean's origin story, Wale's origin story. Like to see all of their like, man, why ain't nobody checking me out to I'm outside. To Mac Miller, rest in peace, pulling up in that parking space right there in a Volvo with 3 other niggas with shit packed up in the back, like packed to the brim. They can hardly see. It was him, Tree J, Johnny, and DJ Clockwork in a old, like a 91 Volvo wagon, something old. They had a show in Orlando. Drove from Orlando to here. Drove from here to Wilmington. And then had a show in Pittsburgh at the crib. This when Kool-Aid Frozen Pizza was out.
Oh my God.
And he came in here. That was 2010. 2009, 2010. When Blue Slide Park came out, we went to see Mac Miller in Burlington. He had 5 tour buses. It was the next year, or 2 years later. It's 2012. He was in Burlington with 5 tour buses. And then he came through here. He had another show here and came through here. About this nigga through here, this nigga just kept talking about a nigga with him. He just kept talking, just talking, just talking about everything. You like Kanye, just yap, just talking. I said, Mac Miller, man, this nigga you brought through here, man, this nigga won't shut up. Who was this nigga you brought through here, man? He won't shut up. He got something to say about everybody. What you think about Kanye? What you think about this? I think he this. Just yap. We just all sitting there like, who this little nigga won't close his mouth, boy. I say, man, Mac Miller, what's this little nigga name, man? His name Vince. Vince Staples. I was like, all right. And they went in the booth and did the rain joint me and Mac got. And when Vince did it the first time, he was nervous. I don't say he was nervous, but he was, I said, Mac, I don't know. He's like, nah, let him do it again. So he did it again and ended up becoming a joint. But just to see everybody's origin story is to go from and to see them now doing what they're doing, man, it's like, bro, like I remember when you was trying to make a move, man. Anderson .Paak. Whoa, boy, Anderson .Paak came through here. He was opening for Earl Sweat. What you call him? He was opening for Earl Sweatshirt, man, at the Ritz. Animals was out. Compton had just came out, so Animals was out. We was
Animals.
woo! And Preem did Animals.
Focus did that bass though.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that shit made.
Do.
That wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah. Say, these old sneakers, faded blue jeans, no tricks, no gimmicks. I be stumping down.
When he did that, he was opening for Earl Sweatshirt. We went to the show at the Ritz. Man, he's like, man, go to the studio, fuck with y'all, man. Him, Earl, Knowledge. God damn, Knowledge was with them with it. And Knowledge, remember, I talked to Knowledge about this. Knowledge came in here and sat in here with his laptop. We're playing beats. We was going back. I beat the life out of Knowledge, man. I was playing by the damn beats. Bam. I kept playing beat after beat. It was dope. It was me, Knowledge, Earl, Anderson Paak, all of us. My son was over here. It was crazy. I'm gonna do some records. All right. The first record these niggas did was Ooh Wee. They did Ooh Wee. They did. Rap did Ooh Wee, and then
Bro, listen.
they did Ooh Wee, and then they did Without You, and then after that we did The Season. We did The Season after that, and Malibu came out January 16th on my birthday. And by that time, my birthday party was a thing, because the year before that, let me tell y'all, the rap being on To Pimp a Butterfly, half the label ain't no stories.
More than half.
3/4 of the label didn't know. So, Rapid Cash flies to Detroit. She did a joint with the Nile Porter. They got stuck in Charlotte. Kendrick texted me and said, "What's up, man?" I said, "What's up?" He said, "I need the girl." I said, "What? What you talking about?" "I need rap on the joint." "What?" So Dave Free calls me and was like, "Yo, man, Kendrick want rap to put some voice on this song he got on his album coming up." I said, "What you mean voice? Like a chant or something, nigga? Like, what you mean?" He like, "Nah, a verse." "Oh, okay." So I calls them thinking they already in Detroit. Was it a snowstorm in Charlotte? It was a snowstorm in Detroit.
No, it was U.S. Airways.
It was U.S. Airways. Doo-doo. Okay. So I hit, Rap was like, "Look, you sitting down?" They like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, we on this stupid ass shuttle headed back to the hotel because our flight ain't leaving." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I just got a call." She said, "From who?" I said, "From Kendrick." She said, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And the reason why I said, "Oh, what are you talking about?" because they'd already did Rock the Bells together. So the song Rock the Bells, he had already been through here when he got booed at Central because he opened up for Ace Hood. Anyway, your freshman year.
No, that was the year before. The year before, it was draft.
It was draft freshman year.
It might have been like 2010, 11.
Yeah, got booed. He got booed right after being on XXL freshman cover and got booed at North Carolina Central.
Yeah, it was 2011.
2011, and he opened up for Ace Hood. When Ace Hood got up there, everybody jumped up. When Kendrick was performing Section 8, everybody was sitting down. This is back to what I said about people don't. Anyway, they did Rock the Bells, and he came over here. My nephew and his homegirls brought Kendrick and Mixed by Ali over here. Shout out to my nephew Paxton. Brought him over here. Kendrick said, "Man, I ain't never going back to that school, man. That's your school? I ain't never going back there." The cab dropped me off in the projects. We had to walk over the hill. I said, "Boy." I said, that's crazy.
Terrorists.
That's crazy. I said, yeah. They landed in Raleigh, Durham. Mixed by Ali called whoever the SGA president was at the time and was like, hey, we landed. Where do we need to go in a taxi? Oh, just having to tell you, drop you off in McDougal. Flat. Like, not McDougal Gymnasium.
Nah.
McDougal.
Nah.
There's two McDougals. There's a McDougal Terrace.
Yeah. That's wild.
And by the sound of that, you know what that is. You know what type of time they on. They got dropped off in McDougal Terrace. In McDougal Terrace in McDougal Gymnasium. He got dropped off at McDougal Terrace. No, I'm good. Terrace. He got dropped off. He got dropped off in McDougal Terrace. Fam, listen here, fam. Let me tell you something real hot. Nah, it's crazy. It's wild. McDougal terrorists up. They walked. They had to walk over the hill. They had to walk up the hill. You know what McDougal terrorists is? They had to walk up the hill, cross busy Austin Avenue, Austin 4 lanes. They had to cross Austin Avenue, walk down the hill, and walk to the gym.
No, sir.
My nephew called me and was like, yo. He was like,
Nah.
yo, man, I'm standing here beside Kendrick Lamar. I said, nigga, why is you whispering? Because I said, tell me you my nephew. So he's like, yo, man, I got my Uncle Knife on the phone. And Kid's like, Knife, what? He's like, yeah. Want to talk to him? He said, big homie, they got me over in this bullshit. This your school? I ain't never coming back here. He ain't been back either. I said, come on over here, dog. So Paxton and his homegirls brought him over here. And it was about 5 of them in the car. Came over here, and then that's when her and my rap recorder rocked the bell. So fast forward back to 2015, I'm telling her, it's January 2015. I'm like, he wants you on the joint. Send me the joint. They ain't sent it to me yet, but I'll send it to you. Mind you, we about to go to D.C. for my birthday party. The shit was so secretive. We were calling each other members of Jamla up one by one to sit them down and tell them.
Random. In the middle of the goddamn night.
We call Amp in the middle of the night. Hey, meet us downtown for a minute. Meet me downtown. I got something to tell you.
I'm in Durham.
What you got to tell me, dog?
Nah, bring your ass.
Yeah, come on.
Can't say this over the phone.
I can't tell you this over the phone. It was that.
Yeah.
It got to the point. So it was so bad. We started adding people. We had this chat called B613, and we started adding people. If you watch Scandal, we started adding people to the chat slowly but surely that knew, like that.
Don't skip over the birthday weekend.
Oh, I am. I'm not. I'm going back to it. So we gets to DC. This birthday weekend. There's 20 members of Jamla there at the time. We all there, family, friend. We all there. We got the track. We got to write this. Rap got to write this verse. We got to find a studio to do it in. The cash. I'm gonna need, and this is, but I'm saying this out loud. This is one of the reasons why I end up choosing Cash to become president of Jamla later on, because I put him on distract the rest of the team duty. The only people that went in the studio with rap to record this verse for Kendrick was me and Tia. I had Cash. Nah, we gonna go over here. Nah, we gonna go over here.
Interference.
What knife at? What you tell niggas I was? I don't even know. But he told niggas.
Oh, I told him you was checking niggas in.
Right. Everybody was with him.
The throw off.
The throw off.
Also known as 52.
The throw off. Also known as the 52 fake out. So I'm faking niggas out. We in the stew. So she does the verse. And I send it to Kendrick on the spot. He like, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. So the next day, that's Saturday night. Sunday's the party. We off on Monday because it's a holiday Monday. We're in the party. This nigga Cash is so drunk. Cash leaning up at the wall. And nobody knew what he was talking about but me and Tia. Cash leaning up against the wall drunk. We did it.
NFL blitz.
And that party was jumping. They were packed. He leaned up against the wall. We did it. With a cup. And nobody knew what he was talking about except me, him, and Tia. Everybody else was none the wiser, bro, about that Kendrick Lamar verse. We did it.
14 shots in.
Boy, look, we did it. We out. Look, we out of here. We did it. So Kendrick was like, man, I love the verse, man. She's the only guest verse on the album. Wow. That's crazy. It's crazy time. Like it's crazy times. Like Raekwon done been through here. Dave Chappelle done been through here. Mac Miller's been through here, of course. Rest in peace.
Chance.
Huh?
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper came through here.
That was 2013.
When they did the joint together on She Got Game. He came through here and did his verse.
Lonely Thoughts.
Yep. Lonely Thoughts. Chance the Rapper came through here. There's a lot of people came through here, man, these last 13 years. But in case you just joined us, we talking about this is the 20th anniversary of me playing beats for Jay. 20 years ago today, September 20th, 2003. And, yep, Master Killer came through here. Like, when Master Killer came through here, he did the joint with Hollow. And he was like, yeah, man. He was telling us a story about, I said, man, so, man, how you get in Wu-Tang? Like, how did Wu-Tang start? Like, what? He said, man, I was in the Hulu thing did a pretty good job. He said, I was in night school, man, going to night school. And I had a son at the time. I had just had a son at the time. And Riz was like, come to the studio. He said, man, I got school. I got a night. I got a school. He's like, man, nah, man, just come to the studio. So he skipped class that night and went to the studio. And he said, man, I got on a joint called Mystery of Chess Boxing. They be saying this shit so gingerly, like it's nothing. Like I got a joint called Mystery Chess. He said, now all of us is on it. Me, Killer Priest, every member of Wu-Tang's on it. Everybody else. He said, Killer Priest didn't make the cut. Because I was the last one to make the cut. That's what turned the members from 8 to 9. I was like, okay. He said, yeah, man. I didn't know because I had to feed my son at the time. He's like 1 year old. So I'm talking to him, and this is knock at the door in the back. I went to the back. It's these two random dudes standing at the door. And I said, hey, what's up, bro? Like, what's up? Oh, my bad, man. I'm looking for my man. I'm looking for my dad. Who? Jamel. He was just talking about you. I said, you Master Killer son? Right. I said, he was just talking about you. Just now. I said, what kind of timing you got, man? He said, oh, yeah, he's telling the Wu-Tang story. Said, yeah. It's been so crazy. Mr. Cheeks came through. We first moved in the studio, Mr. Cheeks. We first got here, Mr. Cheeks was here. And, but let me tell you.
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh my God. Hey, look. when Pete Rock came through here, man, we had Pete Rock corner. Man, Pete Rock playing so many beats, cuz, in there.
Man, that damn specialist, dog. Man, you ain't got that, huh?
You crazy as hell.
That nigga crazy as hell. I know we made him play that shit 12 times.
Yeah.
He'll play 4 more songs. Be like, all right, man, but play that specialist.
Put that back on.
And it's funny because that's when the whole Rock Marciano thing really started.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of Griselda, everybody, Mussolini, Flea Lord, everybody owes everything to Rock Marciano. Everything. Everything, bro. Like, it all starts with Rock Marciano. And so Pete Rock was in here and played this right here. And Preem played it on his show.
Thank you, Mars, baby. Ride out with me one time, baby. Check it out, Calico shooters, styrofoam noses, neck full of bobos, red leather sofa, bread with the toasters, Louis Vuitton coasters, ball never needed culture, long heater poke, poor singers, up in the Porsche or the Beamer float. Once I let the 40 coat, cut your peanut open. My pinky ring frozen and my feet are soaking. Bad Puerto Rican heated lotion, G is potent. We gotta be easy with the dose. Check posters, the goal is to drive test the roast. You get mega cheddar like a ocean. Live by the ocean. Got a lot of mail like potion. Dollar bill.
Listen. Over and over. Run it back. Run that one more time. Run it. Oh. And then he played this.
Yeah. You want exactly. You know?
And then it's this.
Gonna iron it out. Yeah. And brainstorming so hard I might overthink it. And the slate throwing my daughter white Mona Lisa. Hanging out, I know I'm ill. Trying to top the last shit I prevail. Wonderful color in my film. Might reach out rap.
That nigga sat in one spot like this.
Oh my God.
He did this for 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
Swear to God, he did the same shit.
Yo, I gotta go.
He
Yo.
won't even look at
Nah.
that.
Play this. Look, play this. Nah. You ain't finna go nowhere. You finna run all these joints. We'll let Pete leave. We'll let him leave. We'll let him look. Run all that, Pete.
Sheesh.
And then around the same time too, well not that time, but like late 2000s, 2008, 9 somewhere, Dre was working on Detox.
Oh. Yeah.
And High Tech
Yeah, High Tech came through here.
and played this here with T.I. and T.I. was right for Dre.
Just know that my time I'm taking. For the right time I'm waiting. So go. Jump bad if you want to. Get mad if you want to. Go. Show your ass if you want to. But I'ma blast when I want to. Drake coming bow down, no options. Big money off of them's no problem. Hard times, niggas out there starving. With no blow, broke niggas get started, dawg. Niggas plotting, trying to rob, don't dodge you, nah. Listen closely, I'ma tell you how to solve them, y'all. Get your $50,000, fly them hogs in. Pass some choppers out, see what the niggas robbed in. Just Just let them follow you, like they gon' try and do. But bet they brilliant ass don't know they being followed too. Go about your business, man. Now all you got to do is introduce the robbing crew to who you gave them choppers to. Then watch tomorrow news. You see a car dude shot down late out, look just like the car that was trying to follow you. Somehow the follower became the followee. Man, I'm a shark. Think a guppy finna swallow me.
Man, y'all crazy as hell. And then of course this right here now. This now. This is what I knew Dre was from somewhere else right here. Nothing. This is what I knew Dr. Dre was from somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the infamous Dr. Dre beat, and we played it right here for years and years and years.
Oh my God, I swear. I apologize in advance. Because you can't have it.
You can't have this beat. Sweater, you can't have this beat. Don't sit over there and ask for it. Because you can't have the beat. What? This is the infamous.
The life beat.
Yeah, okay.
This is the life beat.
We're driving to, yeah.
Yes, this is the life beat.
Life.
This is the infamous Big Horns 88. Now, I don't know. We don't know who got this beat. We've never learned who had this beat. This is Big Horn 88 now. Bar mitzvahs, funerals, graduations, baby showers. You played birth of your children. Children going off to school for the first time. That's the life beat. It's the life beat, bro. Go to the beach, sit down and look at the stars, whatever, just ride around, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, that beat, bruh.
You got that?
Which what?
On the pharmacy. When Pete.
Yeah. Verbal seduction? Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of the song.
Yeah,
the one that didn't make Compton.
The one that didn't make Compton.
Yeah. Run that.
P-Rock, Dr. Dre up in this bitch. And don't forget the Kingpin corrupt. Still dog pound, nigga, never giving a fuck. East Coast, West Coast together. What? P-Rock, Dr. Dre up in this bitch. Verbal seduction is what I do to repercussions. I burn metal with elegant etiquette. You puppet niggas fucking with your pedal, the devil's advocate. Acidic idiots, why face them and why bother? My bitch is the mother of dragons, nigga, and I'm the father. Student of mass mayhem, destruction, corrupt the pugilist, pungent production. Nothing can stop me from getting sloppy. Slap the drawers off the bitch like a puck in this ice hockey. Rambo, motherfucker, ready to face Rocky. I leave you penniless. Insidious instrumental record, bodies burnt. Only way to learn is through the dental records. Who these niggas was a word, his or her? You can't tell. Like, is there a heaven or hell? Like 40 nickel shell chipper. I put a nigga down like a zipper. You the captain and the skipper trying to save these bitches. I do it non-stop. Everything I do is for the love of hip hop. I'm above and you not. Off of drugs, off of liquor, niggas will get shot.
This is Pete Rock. Yo, this shit is crazy, my nigga. Yo. Wait, hold up. Turn that shit up.
Hey, turn it up.
I need to hear it a little louder.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, Q. I like that. Pete Rock. Dr. Dre. Classic action in a classic fashion. Get him, Dr. Dre, ride on these bitch-ass niggas, man. Get him. Results may vary in different areas, but they know. CPT. Around the world, we were fearing them, we were scaring them. Egyptians bury kings with their gold in the afterlife to make sure that they made it. I think them plaques and them plaques will carry us. And now them guns out, ready to confetti them. Lucky I made it out, cause the police planting that paraphernalia. Affidavits, no letterman. I'm just saying, man, none of my niggas broke, but we loving the dead presidents. It's Dr. Dre, the medicine man. I keep a set it and set it and 719. Hip House IV. Clear. It's alive. Nah, I ain't even the MC, and that's on the humble. Keeping this hip hop shit alive, and I'm ready to rumble. Yeah, nigga. What? Corruption.
Maniac rap, aqua boogie bang, none grilla, Talon Tucker, get the duckin', motherfucking Godzilla. Got a bitch in New Zealand just chillin', full of adrenaline, waiting for me to come get the pussy to start killing it, feeling it like I just took a shot and she put a pill in it. Through your vest, through your neck, upper torso to your spine, make your chest touch your back, disconnect, turpentine words poison, let my homeboys in. Everybody down on the ground and don't make a sound, or the only sound from the ceiling and down, or beat a pound, let it rain, thunder clouds, talents bouncing all around, body parts come apart, I finish, you start to show the mark in you, bullets park in you, murk, work from here to the Murk Park, nigga, lurking through the deep depths of the dark, nigga, smelling the pussy and you're swimming with a shark, nigga, I walk into the swap meet, heated like a fever, looking for any reason to leave niggas bleeding, shells start spreading all over like legions, scriptures like Bible verses, Revelations, Ephesians.
This is hip hop.
Real hip hop.
Real hip hop.
Real motherfucking hip hop.
It's been a minute since I had a feeling like this. Oh, I'm glad we had a chance to reminisce one time, cause I miss you so. The world is ours for the taking. I was right there from the making. Can we take it back to the basics? All I know is all I got. Going all in. The fuck, why not? All I want and doing the way. And I'm still on top. And I'm still trying to get it activated. All I wanna do.
Listen. That shit ain't on.
Listen, shit is crazy. Listen.
That's why I say,
That don't make no damn sense.
man, stop it, man.
Yeah.
The shit don't be that hot. Nah, not you. I'm saying generally we be talking about music in here. Like,
stuff that, yeah.
shit don't be hot, man. That's the shit that ain't even out.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's not out.
That's the bar. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing that ain't on that level.
Right. That's crazy. That's like that.
Fuck it. I'm not apologizing, bro. Shit be doo-doo.
Here's the issue, man. Here's the problem, man. Here's the problem. And it's unfair.
It ain't fair. That's true.
It's unfair because we get to hear things that you guys don't get to hear unless I play it on fast. And I think the biggest thing about us is we get to make what we like to hear. I think that's the biggest thing. We get to make what we like to hear. And everybody doesn't get to make what they like to hear. They know what they want to hear, but they can't make it. So while we sit in our bubble and make what we like to hear and put out the stuff that we can, the problem is that, I don't know, you guys have to settle for what's given to you, which is messed up. You have to settle for what what's given to you. And the saying goes, people won't get the music they want until they understand the music that they deserve. And so anything that comes out with a name on it that's not the stuff that you hate, it's automatically hot. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yo, it's just not. So that'd be the messed up thing. You don't get the music you feel like you deserve because I think my chat stopped too, I think. Anybody on? I think my chat stopped. Okay. Mine stopped on my end. But that's the issue. It's like you have to settle for what's given to you. Because you can't, you have to, you want to be a consumer, you want to be a music consumer. And you don't want to make it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to make it and give it to you. But it's the fact that cats are really being underserved now. People are really being underserved. But you're none the wiser because you think that's it, because that's all that's given to you. And you get to miss out on so much because you probably don't have the time to look for it. It's so buried. It's streaming. Everybody got an album. It's like, golly, like you don't know where to go as far as what's dope. So you just take a name and be like, all right, this got to be hot because he or she's name on it. She's name is on it. But we sitting here like, nah, that ain't it. We know what's it. Like you know what's it. And then some stuff just don't be it, bro. It don't be it. But you ain't got no choice because that's what you got to take. This is kind of messed up. And the problem is, too, that everybody doesn't have the capability to get on the platform, so you won't have to search for it. So it may be a great album out there, but if you don't put in your face 50 times a day for you to actually, okay, I'm all right, I'll listen to it. But some of y'all listen to music like because it's been put in your face 50 times a day. Not because you like it. It's been new album. That's why I don't really blame Khaled for doing what he does. He just knows the nature of people. I'm gonna do my end. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And that's him in real life, by the way. But yeah, it's not an act. Like when he be like, you know.
Tell him bring out the lobster.
That's him in real life. Tell him to bring out the whole ocean. That's him in real life. But the reason why he does what he does is because you ain't gonna check it out no other way. It's like the lesser two evils. Do I sit back and play it cool and hope you find it? Or do I put it in your over and over and over and over and over for you to finally say, all right, I'm gonna check it out, dang. Because that's what it takes. But in order to do that all day, that take money. So it's like it's over under. Either I'm gonna play it cool and hope you find it, or I'm gonna get on your nerves till you listen to it. And y'all might say the getting on your nerve thing is corny, but guess what? It works and y'all fall for it. So, because half of the people wouldn't be popping if you didn't click on the link. Lord Jesus, let me say that again. Half of the people wouldn't be popping if you ain't click on the link. Half of the people wouldn't be popping if you ain't post about it. If you want the person to go away, just don't post about it. It's a simple concept. Talk about the things that you like. Don't talk about the things that you hate. Because at the end of the day, it's all numbers. Your one comment, your long paragraph comment, it counts as a digit. It don't count as no words. It counts as a digit or a view. That's what it counts as. And if you put a comment or I can't stand this nigga out of there when y'all listen this way, blah blah blah, digit. That's a comment counted. That's advertising dollars. That's got so all these rappers out here only exist because of y'all. It's not us. It's not. If you be like, man, I ain't tuning into that and turn it off. But you can't, because you be on the phone all night with your face lit up, scrolling, looking at the stuff you claim you hate. And more words of cash, boy, that's crazy. Just don't tune in. Don't tune in. That's just the easiest thing you can do is not tune in. But y'all be tuning in. Y'all tune in anything. And then y'all say, man, why this person so don't get the recognition they deserve? Recognition from who? The recognition's supposed to come from y'all. That's not supposed to come from Billboard or the Grammys or the American Music Awards or the VMAs or the Breakfast Club. It's supposed to come from y'all. Y'all are supposed to be the ones that say, this is hot. Everybody, check it out. But that sounds too much like right. This dope. Let me tell you, we put out one of the hardest albums, man, a couple years ago, man. That goddamn Buddy album, cuz. Harlan and Alondra, cuz. Slapping. All the way through. But he didn't have the money to get it in your face over and over and over and over for you to take the time to check it out. But then y'all want to be mad at Sexy Red. That's y'all fault. Bruh, there was a time when you put out music and if it was trash, it didn't go. If you thought it was trash. If you thought a song was whack, it didn't go. There was a time. Sexy Red, as much as y'all hate on her, exists because of y'all. Because every time she, whether at a football game or whether on an award show or whether walking into school, what y'all do? Post her and talk about it. You think that's hurting her? It helps. Because she exists because of y'all. So blame yourselves. Because Pound Town is a thing because of y'all. I ain't tripping on homegirl. I know how this thing works. I ain't tripping on her. I just play the stuff I like. I ain't tripping on her. Sexy Red, get your money. But these people stupid. It is what it is. I'm not finna put no long posts on my page for no likes off of stuff I don't like, bro. I'm not finna do that. Like, people want attention that much, but they post a picture. Look, she's so whack. Comment below. There'll be 100 comments about her outfit. And that's one page, that's one post on Facebook. So get your money, Sexy Red. The people got you here. You ain't no, and you don't get the hell out of there, the industry plant shit. You ain't no industry plant. You got here because people want to talk about you, and it's working. So get your money. Pound Town, the Pound Town. That's like a bitch told. Get your money, girl. It be Pound Town. You hear Pound Town?
No, and you won't.
And you won't hear it. You don't play, you know what I mean?
I know her name, I never heard that song.
Pound Town, is that Pound Town? My booty hole brown, you heard that? That's what she said on record. Yeah.
Look at his face. No, like for real.
It's such a big stone.
No, that shit is a real lyric.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Guard your kids, hide your wife.
But I mean, it is what it is, though. Like, she exists because people subscribe, and she getting her money. You're right. She getting her money, so you can't hate on her. Hate on her for what? Go listen to stuff you like. You ain't gotta worry about it. It's just everywhere. It's in my face. Turn the radio off.
Yeah. Fuck faces.
It's in my do. That's the joint. Turn the radio off.
See that shit? I'm just scrolling smooth past you.
Down, just like pound. Some of y'all follow Sexy Radio on Instagram. Just to see, just because you like watching train wrecks. You know what I mean? Or what you consider to be a train wreck. Not say she is, what you consider to be a train. You like watching drama, so you watch that. And thinking, and then say, I wish Tank and the Bankers was more recognized. What? Like, then go listen to Tank and the Bankers. Go to a show, buy a vinyl, buy a CD, support Tank and the Bankers. If that's what you want, if you like, but you wait for somebody else to like it for you, so you can, you know what? All right, listen. The reason why we're here is we talk about the 20th anniversary of the Black Album. Me playing Beats for Jay 20 years ago, so that's why we're here. And that's why my man Amp is here. You got them beats, Amp?
Yeah, I got some.
We need number. How many you trying to put on your tape, fam?
20.
Huh? 20?
20?
20.
Look, I know you do. That's why I ain't even hesitate. 20.
20.
I got it.
20. Because you first up the bat, October 8th.
Yeah. I got it.
Not since it's not saying his.
Nope, it ain't.
I ain't gonna say you asked for that.
So I'm finna run this Smith & Wesson joint feature my man Sweater. Produced by Cash. Let me tell y'all something, man. How Cash got on this project at the last minute. Smith & Wesson about to leave, bruh. They about to leave. They put their bags in the car, about to leave. Tech turns to Cash and say, hey, man, what that beat you was playing the other night with the Mary Jane drums in it? Cash sends us the beat. We go to the car and play the beat. I said, I know what I'm going to do. So at the very last minute, Cash got on the Smith & Wesson album. And this damn nigga gonna be the single. It's gonna be one of the singles.
Hey yo, I feel good tonight, man. I feel good tonight. On this sexy shit. To get different results, you gotta do different things. Met lots of faces, forgot lots of names. Get you to listen, put the form in the song. I had to let her know no sunshine when she gone. On guard, is euphoric. Sex is a drug. I tied off for fame and OD'd for love. On me, it's only she I wanna see and have a B. In my life, like the Mary JCD. I'm hypnotized by her mind and her eyes. The way her jeans ride up her thighs, I rise. But a nigga gotta lower his gaze. Feel on my ways, giving her space, hand on her waist. Her voice a melody, playing out notes in my brain. And it feels so good, everything she's saying. Real bosses eat together at the Chelsea house. Lobster tails, good convo, drinks me out.
Waste your time if I know what I want. Don't make me wait in line. If you think I'm the one, no mama, don't be shy. Cause we ain't in no rush, shawty. As long as you stay the night, yeah, we'll be alright.
Never been misleaded by the fortune and fame. I never had a reason to work hard on my team. We approach things differently, similar aims, similar goals, similar dreams. I saw God shit hard when emotions are strange. Envision the bigger picture, family and frames. Took a couple losses, try to see my salary gains. Made a lot of bad choices, got my block on D. Give thanks for my partner PNC engraved. Ain't tatted in my DNA, cradle to grave. I self-wrote a master till it's crap I'm a slave. Can't imagine all the magic that I grabbed on a page. Couldn't do it without my family. I accept any opposition that challenged me. It's all namaste to the llama split. I'ma pray, never dishonor my father.
Why would I waste your time if I know what I want? Don't make me wait in line. If you think I'm the one, no more, don't be shy. Cause we ain't in no rush, shawty. As long as you stay the night, yeah, we'll be alright. Don't make me wait in line. Think I'm the one, no more, don't be shy. Cause we ain't in no rush, shawty. As long as you stay the night, be alright.
Yo, look, bro. Look here. Hey, Sweater been here working, man. I'm playing the beginning of the big time. Real quick.
Took a while to get my mind right. Had to leave the dark so I can shine bright. Feel like cash money in the 99s. Cause we big time, yeah. Finally living in the limelight. All of my lows and the highlights. You can hear just what it sounds like. We do it big time.
Growing up, we kept them gas in the car. Used to clash at the park. Run into some hoes at shacks after dark. I was younger, she was older. Far apart. Midlife crisis, cutting in the car. So enticing, the best doing it by far. And I'm only heating up shit. Funny thing is, you ain't ever needed us.
Do it big time, yeah.
Ride with me, got this out with me, la la. She like how you down to earth when you sky high. It be that fly shit. Fuck with me, change your life. Anything goes when we vibing. We can vibe how you wanna vibe. Open up, how you feel inside. How you feel inside. Tell me how you feel inside.
Big time, yeah. Took a while to get my mind right. Had to leave the dark so I can shine bright. Feel like cash money in the 99s. Cause we big time, yeah. Finally living in the limelight. All of my lows and the highlights. You can hear just what it sounds like. We do it big time.
Listen, from the planet to the moon, how we higher than the two. Rolling up the gas and that being boom. Baby looking good, hit them tattoos.
We do it big time.
Independent, my chick in the bag too. Get it while it's good, the love bulletproof. You can never shoot through. I pay dues, give it all on these tapes. Made wine from the grapes. I still drink Henny straight, Frau Dawn. Girl, you tight lane. Open up your eyes, hold this ism in the air. It can open up your mind. Moose key and ninth, and we out for the name. Cruise the town next, if you act right, might let you on the jet. My skill set, she smell player in the breath. Money and respect, anything else you can count on the next. I could care less.
Took a while to get my mind right. Had to leave the dark so I can shine bright. Feel like cash money in the 99s. Cause we big time, yeah. Finally living in the limelight. All of my lows and the highlights. You can hear just what it sounds like. We do it big time, yeah. Took a while to get my mind right. Had to leave the dark so I can shine bright. Feel like cash money in the 99s. Cause we big time, yeah. Finally living in the limelight. All of my lows and the highlights. You can hear just what it sounds like. We do it big time, yeah. My ride, I can shine bright. big time, yeah. Living in the limelight, in the highlight. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. We do it big time, yeah.
Wow.
What's what it came through and bless that.
Man, bless, boy.
God bless that man.
God bless that man, Sweater. Whew. Well, this concludes our session. We gotta get these beats up off amp, cuz, so we can get these joints out, man. We about to do it's about to be Red October, which means we got to put out a lot of stuff in October. It's back to back to back, just putting out stuff, man. This list is crazy. Shouts to Jackie O. She came through that. Jacqueline Oberfeld. Yeah, I'm like, Jackie Oberfeld? No, Jacqueline Oberfeld was here last night and helped us get this together. We got something coming out the 1st, the 6th, the 8th, the 10th, the 13th, the 15th, the 20th, 22nd, 27th, 29th of October. It's called Red October. And starting with stuff coming out on October. Sorry. My stuff coming out, man. Let me kill that for y'all. Be zooming in. Click. Okay, all right. Look, click. All right. I'm out, y'all. Thanks for listening, man.